Welcome back, gentlemen. We are in Genesis 2, verse 23 this week. It seems like we're crawling through this. Don't worry, it's going to pick up pace here soon. But if you've been memorizing so far, we're 5 verses in to Genesis chapter 2. We're going to add one more verse to it today. Hopefully you'll memorize this verse. Guys, you're memorizing a lot of scripture. Keep up the good work. Genesis 2:23. This one at last is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man. Guys, that is exciting to me. I hope you find that as exciting as I do. If not, let me kind of show you what I'm seeing here. Genesis 2:23. This is the word for woman. They added one letter to a root word. That root word could be soft. It could be humankind. There's a lot of things that root word could translate out of. But the letter they add to it is the 5th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. That letter is hey. It could also be translated as whoa. Right? Now, the Bible wasn't written down until Moses coming out of Egypt. Until then, it was audibly translated down. But Moses, as he wrote down the word for woman, he added this letter, this 5th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, hey, and this is the way he drew out that letter in the Hebrew language. This letter is found twice in the name of Yahweh, in the name of God in the Old Testament. But what's really exciting is that as he adds this letter to whatever the root word was before, I almost picture him as describing Adam as jumping up and down, running around, going, whoa, that's my wife, woo! Adam had just looked at every animal in all of creation. And God says, there isn't one here good enough for you. Let me make one. Adam goes to sleep, he wakes up, and wow, that's a woman. Woo! Guys, do you ever look at your wife that way? If you don't, you should. Now, what you might miss from this as well is that Adam breaks out into a song here, right? This isn't just Adam speaking. This is Adam dancing around like that letter, hey, provides, right? I see Adam is dancing around, running around like the winner of The Price is Right when they said, and you've won a new car. Right? That's how I think Adam was going, woo! So what I see in my mind as I picture this verse as Adam singing and dancing with God, I imagine Adam running around and shouting, wow, Dad, that's incredible. What a human. Whoa. There's nothing like her in all of creation. And he would have known because he just named them all. It's almost like God allowed him to look around at everything to see there was nothing that would work and then to give him what he knew he was planning on from the very beginning anyway. Rather than just giving him up front, he let him look and try and search and see if he could find anything else. And when he couldn't, then he knew he had the right one. I tell people the same thing when they move to town and they're looking for a church. Don't just stick with the first one you try. Try them all. Because then you know on the one you settle, it's the right one. God let him look at all the others and then said, now let me show you the best result. Let me show you the best option. So Adam, after searching everywhere, sees the one God made, and then he says, wow, God, wow. And as he breaks out in song, this one at last is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man. Gentlemen, when was the last time you danced over your wife? When was the last time you thanked God and broke out in song for the gift he had given you? I think if you're not overjoyed and beside yourself, when you look at your wife, you're looking at her wrong because she's the one God has given you. So here's my food for thought for the week. How does this change the way you look at your wife today? Guys, you ought to be rejoicing over her, rejoicing over the gift God gave you. Yes, I know she drives you nuts sometimes. Yes, I know she doesn't give you sex as much as you want, but she's still the perfect gift for your life. Honor her for that. Sing over her, dance over her, rejoice at the gift and the wonderful blessing of what God has given you. So this week, guys, read over the passage every day. This one at last is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man. Rejoice over her, sing over her, dance over her, and be glad for the gift God gave you. She is the perfect one for you.